Luxury fatigue is real, and you're seeing it everywhere right now. Influencers who once built entire personas flexing Birkenstocks and Louis Vuitton hauls are suddenly clearing out their closets. And the question is, why? Is it the market? Is it personal image? Or is it something deeper happening in the psychology of luxury consumers? Welcome back to Girl Talk with Ju, where fashion thinks deeper. And before we get into this, make sure you're following GWJ Mag on Instagram for all the conversations luxury TikTok isn't having. Now, what's happening with these influencers? Because it's not just a financial decision. What we're seeing is the result of luxury fatigue. After years of hyperconsumption, exclusivity inflation, and chasing the next unattainable bag, people, even those at the top, are tired. Not of luxury itself, but of what it's come to represent in a culture where every other person has a dupe, every collection leaks on Reddit, and exclusivity is now just an illusion. The psychology behind this is important. Luxury works because it offers separation. It signals status, taste, belonging to a world others can't access. But when that world feels overcrowded, when the mystique is gone, when the effort to maintain the illusion of elite access outweighs the thrill, people check out. And it's not just personal, there's a noticeable market shift. In the past 6 months, second-hand platforms like Vestiaire Collective and The Real have seen spikes in listings of top-tier bags like Birkins, Chanel classic flaps, and limited Louis Vuitton collaborations. But the resale values aren't holding the way they used to, because if the influencer tier is selling, who's left buying at those inflated prices? So what's the alternative? A new wave of quiet luxury, of heritage pieces with actual sentimental value, of niche, under-the-radar brands with craftsmanship stories you won't find on TikTok trends pages. It's no longer about how many logos you can stack, it's about how well you can tell a story with what you own. The future belongs to those who collect, not those who flex. Another angle here is financial strategy. Some influencers are realizing they are the brand, and instead of promoting Louis Vuitton's latest drop, they're investing those resale profits into their own product lines, their own experiences, or moving away from conspicuous consumption altogether to maintain relevance in a culture that's quickly turning on the ultra-obvious flex. And let's be honest, for some it was never about loving fashion. It was about chasing a lifestyle, and when the algorithm or the financial pressure shifts, they pivot. So yes, luxury fatigue is here, the resale market is flooded. Influencers are offloading their status symbols, and the deeper message is this. When everyone has access to the image of luxury, the power returns to the people who move differently. The people who aren't chasing trends, but quietly investing in pieces with history, quality, and stories no one else in the room can replicate. And I promise you, the brands see this happening too. That's why you're seeing Hermès tighten quotas, Chanel restrict purchase limits, and Louis Vuitton pull iconic models off shelves. Exclusivity inflation is real because demand isn't declining, but status is getting harder to maintain. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you personally feeling this luxury fatigue? Would you sell your designer bags if the culture shifted? Or are you doubling down on collecting the pieces you genuinely love? And don't forget, follow GTWJ Mag on Instagram for deeper daily fashion breakdowns. And here's where it gets even more interesting. This isn't just happening at the influencer level. It's starting to trickle into the everyday luxury buyer too. People who maybe bought their first Chanel or Hermès bag 5 years ago are now questioning if it's still worth it. Not because the bags aren't beautiful, not because the quality suddenly dropped, but because the emotional value of owning it has shifted. Psychologists have long talked about the hedonic treadmill, the idea that as humans we quickly adapt to the things we once desired and they stop providing the same thrill. In luxury, that effect hits faster than people realize. The first Birkin, a rush. The third, a flex. The 10th, a burden. Suddenly, it's not about joy or craftsmanship, it's about maintenance, storage, insurance, and an audience that's getting harder to impress. And when an audience stops reacting, the entire reason some people buy these things disappears. But here's where the alternative culture comes in. The rise of under-the-radar luxury, brands that don't rely on giant logos or influencer campaigns, but on storytelling, small batch production, and discreet insider status. Brands like Loro Piana, the Row Kaite, and even lesser-known heritage houses in Europe and Japan are becoming the new flex for people in the know. Because the ultimate luxury isn't what everyone else can see, it's what they can't. Even celebrities have started subtly participating in this shift. Quietluxury wasn't a coincidence, it was the inevitable reaction to oversaturation. And the brands trying to maintain their status through price hikes and quota games are doing it for one reason: to keep the illusion of scarcity alive. Meanwhile, the smarter consumers and tastemakers are opting out of the game entirely and creating their own rules. So what does this mean for you? It means the smartest move isn't to chase what's trending, it's to build a collection that's personal, timeless, and rooted in your own story. The bags you buy should say something about you, not about what TikTok or an influencer told you should matter this week. Luxury is about taste, not trends. And when you stop chasing the approval of people who don't even know your name, you unlock a completely different kind of power. If you're loving this kind of conversation, you already know what to do. Follow GTWJMag on Instagram for daily drops, deeper breakdowns, and exclusive industry insights you won't see on your FYP. And if you're ready for the next level of luxury conversation, hit that subscribe button. Because here, we don't just wear fashion, we think fashion. See you in the next one.